Welcome back on today's episode of Just Browsing, we're going to discuss manifestation. Nicole, what is the buzzword that the entire world is using now that it's 2025? What is manifestation? Simple terms, what is it?
Manifestation, that's when you imagine yourself winning the lottery and then getting brutally upset every time you don't. That's
No. No, manifestation is the ability to imagine something and then therefore create it. Is that
mm.
real? Do you think it's real?
Oh, absolutely. Oh my
Why
gosh.
do you think it's real?
I do it all the time. Manifestation is when you set your intentions and you put it out to the universe that you have a goal that you want to achieve or you want something to happen, right? You got to let it go and it comes back to you and it
What does
manifests
that mean,
physically.
let it go?
Let go of the idea of how does it happen, how do I, how do I get from A to B? I don't understand because our logical brains are always trying to make sense of everything. Like that makes no sense. Why would I get a check out of nowhere?
Manifestation to me is kind of like the ability to achieve and receive miracles because our human logic brain wants to go, that's not possible. I can't think of a check and have it appear. I can't think of a home and let it appear. I can't think of this job and have it appear, and yet people are doing it every single day. And I think manifestation is deeply, deeply rooted in the strong belief that
Yes.
something is going to happen. You can wish for something and wish for something and wish for something and wish for something, and that's a whole nother vibration in itself. Like it's away from you. But when you wholeheartedly hear, believe you're going to achieve something, you can see it, you can feel it, you can taste it, you can smell it, you can see it, you can feel it. That's manifestation. Boom. Or sometimes it just appears, truthfully. Manifestation, generally speaking, is just easy. It's like the path of least resistance when it all is in alignment, synchronicity. Serendipity was a big word years ago, I know when I was
I
growing up.
believe
Oh,
it's intrinsically tied to the law of attraction. It is
yes.
the law of attraction for me,
Yes.
is Um, we can go through the motions. It is you set the intention. You can't have any judgment on how it happens. You take actions towards it, and then you let it go. So a couple of exercises that I've done that work. I mean, they work for me. I don't know if they work for anybody else, but do yourself a favor. Expect a check. And this is where the meditation, we check out our video on meditation. It's awesome. But this is where meditation comes in. You got to clear your mind, focus on the intention.
Do you have to meditate to manifest things?
I would say you're in a meditation state of mind because you have to pull in that intention and it's almost like a hyper focus. I know that's hard for us ADHDers, but that's where the imagination comes in. Your imagination is such an important tool where people will sit there and you imagine yourself getting an A on your essay. Now, you still have to put in the action, the work behind it, right? You're not just going to magically appear in school and get an A like I do. I mean, we can't all be winners. But um but what you can do is set the intention. Really imagine you working on those answers, that you study really hard, that everything gets absorbed into your brain and you can feel and taste the classroom, and then you feel the victory of you passing that class or whatever it is that you're trying to do. Now, the reason the lottery doesn't work, oh yeah, I told you I was going to tell you the exercises. Hey, see? Ping pong. Um, do yourself a favor. Just tell yourself, do myself a favor and expect a check. Don't worry about the how. Don't worry about the when. It could be like a year from now. I don't know. Don't expect anything. Don't expect a number, nothing. And see what happens. And out of nowhere, you might get a check. You don't even worry about like, how am I going to get a check? It happens. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing. Another exercise I use is thinking of things that I'm very neutral about. So going into vibrations like positive, negative emotions, go into a neutral vibration and think of like paper clips, chocolate. I want chocolate today. Let it go. See what happens. What about you? Did you have anything that you like to do?
I don't necessarily, I mean, I have a different belief system behind it. I don't feel that you necessarily need to meditate to manifest. I think you just, so long as you start to trust your belief systems and have a strong knowing and a strong visualization, you can reach manifesting without sitting down and meditating on it for periods of time. But again, it's how much you trust yourself and trust your beliefs. You know, I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in irony. If things are falling together and things are synchronous and a path is opening and doors are opening, like you are manifesting, you are doing exactly what you're doing. And that goes back to the age-old belief system of what you think you create, what you speak you create. And it all starts there in how you think, what you put out, what you visualize. Every thought that you have creates your reality. And I know everyone has heard it a million times at this point. You create your reality, you create your reality, but manifestation is learning how to control how you create your reality.
So why do you think not everybody wins the lottery? Like there are people that they out and out try to manifest. And like I don't know about you, but I've been trying. Why do you think that you just can't do it?
They have a fundamental belief that they can't or it won't work.
And yeah, it just feels far-fetched subconsciously. So
Mhm.
like you want that promotion at work. Like I'm gonna make six figures, but subconsciously you believe that there's no way somebody like me could ever make six figures. That's going to completely negate your manifestation. And that also ties into self-worth, which is something else you have to work on now. Good job. What do you typically do?
I guess I don't do anything.
It
I
shouldn't
don't,
be hard.
huh?
It shouldn't be hard, basically.
No, I've never really followed a script to manifest. I just kind of you work on your own thoughts and your own feelings towards things, and I think a level of self-awareness comes in, and you really want to focus on what and why, and then once you kind of answer those, at least for myself, I can focus on what it is I want and feeling what it is I want. I had a great teacher that always taught me to feel whatever it is that you want. Don't worry about the details. Don't worry, like Nicole had mentioned, don't worry about the how, the when, the money, the time, the just feel what you want it to feel like and it will all fall into place. And the more you trust that inner feeling of it'll all fall into place exactly how you can imagine it and better, the more you allow that space for it to become.
And I think it's important because a lot of people, when they think of manifestation, the immediate thought of money pops in. Manifestation kind of ties in with abundance, and I don't know that we want to cover an entire thing of abundance right now. However, money, when you want to manifest something pertaining to money, ask yourself what it is with the money that you want to manifest because it might be quicker if you're like, well, I want to get a house. So you have to have money in order to get a house. Yeah, typically, but who knows? You know, you got to be open-ended on it. So what is it that you actually want?
Correct. Getting to the root of things can say it till I'm blue in the face, but keep asking why. Ask why like a child asks why until you cannot ask any more. Why do you want a house?
Right.
Why do you want that house? What's the root that you want? Do you want to feel safe? Like there's always something underneath until you get to the core principle of how you want to feel or what it is you feel that you're missing.
You should, in the comments, definitely tell us what it is that if you could have anything in the world and manifest anything in the world, what would it be for you? Because I'm curious. What is the majority of what most people want? It's usually, I would think, to be happy, safety, travel, but let us know in the comments.
Oh, one last thing, please, Holmes. Go Birds.
We're in the Super Bowl, baby.